Hi there and welcome to my channel. My name is Peter and you watched the very first episode of a video series called Systems-Led Growth. Well, I did my research and I didn't quite find anyone who would use this term, so I could say I kind of invented this term. And in this very first episode, it's going to be a short video. I am going to clarify what I'm going to talk about on this channel, what you can expect, how it can benefit your business, and how did I came up with the term systems-led growth. Well, you have probably heard of the term sales-led growth or product-led growth, and so I will just a little bit expand on that if you haven't heard of them. Sales-led growth is basically when a company is growing, you are focusing on the sales team and client acquisition, and you do anything to get more sales come in. And product-led growth is mostly focusing on the product, and so if someone would come in, the product basically sell itself. And in some cases, the product has a feature, or the purpose of the product is already kind of marketing the product itself. So kind of like having customers is basically part of the marketing effort. I'm gonna talk about this later down the line, but I think you get the rough point of it. To just give you a very recent simple example, ChatGPT is kind of like a product-led growth product, since it reached over 1 million users in just 5 short days. So there was not really a lot of marketing behind it, right? People started to talk about it, and I don't think that they had any marketing budget on it, but the product was so unique and so disruptive that it just went viral, and almost everybody on earth with an internet connection started to use it daily, basically. I have heard these two terms over and over again throughout the years of working in online businesses, building online businesses, and running online businesses. You see, I'm an engineer, a quote-unquote systems guy, and so I look everything through the lenses of systems, data, and so building business is getting more and more data-driven. In today's day and age, there are more and more data that we can collect because of the technological advancements that the world has, right? So if you just think back a few decades ago, or maybe 100 years ago, there were not that advanced technology, and I mean, there were also wars and stuff, so it was not really a good environment to operate businesses. But also, since the internet came along, and then there are all these pixels and cookies, you basically see what everyone is doing when they are on your website and stuff. So, you know, you can move toward more and more data-centric and data-driven decision making. And so it's really advantageous for people like me that, you know, naturally look at data and make decisions from data. But I think it's also an important component to anyone else that, you know, running an online business, because as technologies advance, just look at AI. If you don't implement it in your business, you may not feel it for a while, but it just makes you so much more efficient that in the future, probably there will be companies that use AI, and there will be the ones that will be destroyed by the ones that use AI. Some move slower, some move faster, but eventually everyone is going to adapt to new technologies. There is also a really good graph. I'm gonna cut it somewhere up here. Like, there is a technological adaptation curve that, you know, people experience with anything, with electricity, with cars, roads, railways, with the internet, with anything that comes in. There will be people who doubt it, and there will be the pioneers, and then slowly but surely technology is always getting adapted, because there will be the pioneers who will be much more efficient than the rest of the population. And so after a while, you just either stop doing your business, or you have to adapt the technologies somewhere along the line. But let me ask you a couple of questions, so you see where I'm coming from, and you see a couple of good examples of systems and data-driven decision making. Do you know which channel your reads are coming from, and can you broken down to like a 0.1% accuracy? Can you tell which ones convert and which one just come in as leads? Do you know which one of your team members perform better and which one perform worse? Do you know how many of potential customers change their mind during the purchasing process of your product? The list goes on and on, but not so long ago, you were only able to answer these questions by best guess or entrepreneurial intuition and a lot of practice and experience that you collected all over the years. But today, anyone can answer these questions who set up the proper systems throughout their sales, marketing, and operations processes. As I said earlier, the internet came along, and so did pixels, cookies, CRM systems, email autoresponders, and really complex marketing algorithms that Meta or Google uses. And news alert, the rate of change and the amount of data that we will be able to collect as business owners is just going to increase day by day. And because of AI, the rate of change especially is going to go extremely fast. Soon, there will be two types of entrepreneurs, the ones that use AI and the ones that will be eaten alive by the ones that use AI. And just for a moment, let's jump back to the two terms that I told you already, sales-led growth and product-led growth. Aren't they already systems-led anyway? If you think of the product, and let's say you want to start an e-com store, you don't have a product so far, this is going to be your first business, how do you really know in advance what people are going to need? You do some research, right? You use technology, you check some data, you check what similar products have sold on Amazon. If you find the same product on Amazon or wherever else, you do some Google researches, and you kind of need some systems, some data to decide if you want to go with that or not, right? You can make something super unique like ChatGPT, or building rockets and send them to space, or building an electric vehicle. These are the few examples that you can see, but thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of products and businesses are created, and you just hear a couple of these very rare examples when something is so unique that you're gonna sell it very easily. But when you are starting out, you need to do some research, you need to collect some data, and when you start to sell, you also collect feedback if people are buying that, why they are not buying that, where they are left behind throughout the purchasing process, right? So these are all data points, and you need systems to collect these data so you can make a better decision, and you don't waste your money, you don't burn your money on ads if some product is not working, or you don't build a team if you don't need a team, because you can maybe exchange their work by a couple of automations, and it's not really required to have a new team member added to the team. And from sales-led growth perspective, AI came along, AI setter applications and all kind of different automations are coming in when, automated chatbots like ManyChat is basically can close people in chatbots, right? So the sales process is also automated, and so the direction where both of the sales and product growth strategies are going are really have an underlying effect of having good systems and good automations and be much more efficient. So the answer to the question, isn't everything already systems-led anyway? The correct answer, yes, it is. So now that we lay down the foundation, let's see who this channel is really for. It's mainly for entrepreneurs, business owners, and content creators who plan to build a business behind their content creation efforts. And so it's also a crucial point that you have to have a proof of concept on whatever you are selling. If you have a product, if you have a digital product, if you have a service, if you're a local business, you have to have a proven concept, because implementing systems on something that's not working, that makes no sense. So the natural progression of a business is first you just jump in, do something, you try to sell, you try to fulfill, and then once you start making some money, a couple $1,000, a couple $10,000, then you have proof of concept on what you do. And that's when basically everything collapses on you, right? Because your fulfillment is a mess, your sales, you somehow got some sales, but it's not really structured. You have some sort of marketing, but you opened up an IG channel, you have some TikTok videos, you have some YouTube videos, you have some referrals, right? And so it's a complete mess. But the product that you are selling already have a proof of concept. So that's when systems come in, and that's when you can really scale. If I have to say a number, if you pushed it from like 0 to 10K a month, then you have proof of concept. But to get from 10K to 100K a month, that's when systems leverage your 0 to 10K to 100K by simply just selling to more people and having more efficient operations processes and sales processes. So at this point, you can decide for yourself if it really makes sense to hit that subscribe button. I really hope that you will come along with me on this journey. And welcome again. I'm glad you're here. I hope you join with me on this journey. See you in the next one.